Happy Monday, Periscope world. Welcome to all my replay viewers. I'm so happy that you're here with me today. Today I'm going to do wake up and makeup, but I'm going to do it Christian style. So I'm showing you this because I told Rebecca, who is my assistant, that I would show her my massive epic eyeshadow collection. So yeah, Rebecca, here it is. I mean, it just keeps coming and coming. This is all only eyeshadow up here. All of this. So that's my eyeshadow. So I'll put you guys over here so I can actually start doing some makeup. And the light's like all yellowy today. So for those of you who are watching the replay and don't know me, I am Nicole Elliott. I blog over at Confident Foundation, and my blog's all about encouraging women to embrace their beauty and talents through Christ. I like to do daily wake up and makeup scopes, and I think I'm going to start maybe combining my wake up and makeup with my Christian scopes, simply because, hi, I see somebody's on, but I didn't see you jump on. So if you want to put your name, I can give you a shout out. And Periscope's been weird lately with my follower count, so if you hop on and you want me to say hey to you, then just tell me who you are in the comments. I've decided to maybe combine my wake up and makeup ones with my Christian ones because multitasking is smart, and also because I seem to get a lot of guys who like to watch me do my makeup. And like I told them the other day, that's totally fine, even if it's a little weird. But I thought maybe if I combined my Christian mom talks with my makeup talks, then I would get less of that. So why I'm talking about this today is not because I feel like I'm some self-professed expert, but simply because lately I've had a lot of people from totally different groups come up to me and just tell me, we are so impressed at how much of the Bible your kids know, both with my 8-year-old and with my 5-year-old. His preschool teacher just the other day just wanted to pull me aside and tell me just, what a great job I was doing and that our church was doing and that all of the other ways that I taught him the Bible were doing. We're just so impressed. Our teachers, his Sunday school teachers and junior church teachers at school at church when we started going there, were just blown away with how much my children knew. Just so many different places that people are just, when we went back home, then we went wrangling the 5-year-old. Hey, I see a couple people are on. If you want me to give you a shout out, just put your name in the comments. Anyways, we've just heard from a lot of different people, and I'm not trying to brag. I'm saying why I feel like I'm able to share with you guys how to do this. So please don't take it that way. But we've just had a lot of different people mention how much my kids know, and they're 5 and 8, and I feel like they do know a lot of the Bible, and I feel like I don't even get a lot of the credit. I just happen to figure out some really great ways to make sure that they were learning the Bible in ways that they actually enjoyed, and I haven't been realizing that I've been grilling them, because we don't even do daily devotions or anything like that. So it's totally possible to have your kids know the Bible really well and have it be in a very just natural, fun, I don't know, organic's not the right word, but kind of I guess because I'm in marketing and we're always talking about wanting organic stuff. And if you are saying, hey, if you're telling me who you are and you're here and you put your name, I'm sorry. I'm obviously multitasking right now. I'm not ignoring you. I thank you that you guys are here. And if I'm saying anything that's good or my makeup's looking good, be sure to give me hearts. And also, if you have any moms that you know who either want to watch me do my makeup or, more importantly, want to know how to raise kids who know the Bible, love the Bible, go ahead and share this out. You can do it by swiping, even on the replay. So basically what we do is I just have always, their whole life, have surrounded them with Bible material. We have a huge bookcase for them in their bedroom. Basically my kids have their own children's library, for real. And an entire shelf of that is nothing but children's Bibles and Bible stories and just everything Bible related. And one of the big things that I can say is, you might be like, oh, well, we already have a Jonah Jonah and the Ark. There's your little joke. Noah and the Ark story. But we probably have 4 different Noah and the Ark storybooks, and we probably have 3 different Daniel and the Lions, and we have just tons of different ones, because obviously when they're being written into a children's Bible sort of a way, every single one's going to be a little different. Authors have different styles, the illustrations will be different, and it's kind of the repetition aids learning. And so if my daughter reads the story of Daniel in the Lion's Den 3 different ways from 3 different authors, doing it, one might stick better, and just the fact that she's being able to read it over and over without having to read the same book over and over just really gets it into their heads. I am all about sneaking in movies that teach Bible stories, and my very favorite is Superbook. We have tons of different ones. Obviously, tons of people love VeggieTales for that reason. My kids have watched it, but it just never really stuck with them. They just were never really that crazy about VeggieTales, and I'm not sure why. And they will watch it, but they're just like, nah. Like, if I give them a choice, then that's not going to be the movie that they ask for. But they both love Superbook, and it's great because it's very biblically accurate to the stories. And then it includes like the kids who are their age are a little bit older and their things. We just have tons and tons of Christian movies and DVDs and anything like that I find, even if I obviously prefer higher quality stuff. So I have a couple like Superbook that are more of my favorites because like it's actually good graphics and good acting and all that. But even with the corny stuff, as long as my kids will watch it, I will have them watch it, as long as I watch it too. First, to make sure it actually is biblically accurate. But just like surrounding them with that, and then just also not being like, okay, we have to do our daily thing now, so we're going to read our Bible story, and we're going to watch this, and we're going to sing songs. But making it just a part of your life has seemed to work so much better for us, because for one, it actually happens, and then for 2, it's just they're learning to but they're learning to read the Bible, and they're learning to sing praises and everything because they want to. Not because I'm like, this is a forced thing every day. Because I feel like, at least in my life, when having a time with God or having a daily devotion was kind of like a forced thing. Hey, Lane, so happy to have you. You're the only one who's jumped on that I've actually been able to see. Hi, hearts for you. But I feel like when you have something that you give them that like, okay, you have to read a Bible story a day, or we have to read a Bible story together, or you have to learn this memory verse, then it just becomes forced. And for me growing up, I grew up in a Christian home my whole life, was homeschooled, went to church a lot, went to all the Bible camps and stuff. And I mean, it was a wonderful environment, but I also got to a point in my life where I felt like, I have to do my Bible reading because it's going to check. So I'd read the chapter, I'd check the little list off mentally, and I went on about my day. But it wasn't anything that I had joy for. It wasn't anything I wanted to do. It was more like, this again. And I don't want that for my kids. I want my kids to be like, yay, Bible stories. And that's kind of what I'm like now. I'm like, I'm reading the Bible because I want to read it, not because I have to read it, but because this is really cool, and this is really good stuff, and this is helping me out. And I just want that for my kids. And I feel like not forcing it on them, but letting it be readily available has helped so much better. And I feel like they've learned it so much better, and they do know the stories, and they do know the Bible, because we have it all in their room. And when they're like, every once in a while I'll be like, let's read a Bible story. Or my daughter will just read the Bible, like the actual Bible at 8. She just we bought her a KJV to bring to church. And she's plowing through Genesis. And I'm like, you go, girl. And so, without anything, because I don't want to tell her, you need to read this, because then when she gets bogged down, she'll be frustrated. But if she's just doing it on her own, and then it was interesting too, yesterday, she's like, Mom, I haven't read the Bible in a really long time. We're just so busy. And I was like, I know. I said, I have that problem too. But what I try to do is I try to read it a little bit at nighttime before I read my other books. I said, so you might try that. I said, but it's even hard for adults to read Genesis. So, but I think you're doing great. You're halfway through. Just keep it up. You're awesome. And then that just encouraged her. It wasn't me being like, oh, shame on you, So that's just my biggest thing, is also involving them. Obviously Sunday school is great, and church services are great. We've done moms groups their whole lives, that were like MOPS or Moms Inc., where I got to go get my heart blessed, and then they worked on the kids with Bible stories in fun, exciting craft activity ways. They've been to Vacation Bible School their whole life. So I've always tried to find fun and exciting ways to present the Bible to them their whole life. And because of that, they both know their Bible, inside and outside. And like I said, enough that people are coming up to me going, wow, I am so impressed that your 5-year-old could tell me this in the story. So that's just a little encouragement, and also just to show you, it doesn't have to be like, oh, we're not doing family devotions with a 5 and 8-year-old, and this is so bad. It doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to do like family devotions. I mean, your whole life. And again, too, I don't even know that I necessarily agree with that. I think you obviously have to have concentrated prayer time and time where you're actually reading the Bible. But I feel like I just want to avoid putting it into boxes and ever making it. I'm just too much of a checklist person. So I feel like I just want to avoid, for me and my kids, putting it into anything that could ever be like okay, now we did our time with God, so we're checking off our little box and we get to go around about our day, because the whole day should be your time with God. The whole day should be living for God. So I feel like if you stick it into those little boxes, then it's too easy to just fall into that checklist mentality where, okay, we did our duty, we did our little good work for the day. And it's not. It should just be like, oh, I really need this. Or, oh, yeah. So, like, I do have a set up time, because times are important when you're busy. So I have a set time in the morning when I can be alone, and I tell my kids, hey, I'm having my time with God, and that's my prayer time. It's like, you're not allowed to come and bother mommy. But if you can't have that yet, go back and watch my other one. Go back and watch my other one. That was why it's a good thing if you're too busy to pray. If you have little ones, it's on Catch, and you can find it there. But now my ones are big enough. Like right now, my daughter's in school. My son is 5, and he's playing a Leapster game. So, I'm actually able to have time. You saw me. I still have to kind of like herd him places at times when he's coming where he should not be. But it's doable. So just a good mix. Just find a good mix of actually making sure you get that time. Like for me, I pray in the mornings because I need God's help to get through the day. And then I try to. Lately I've been in crazy town, and then I got really, really convicted about it because I was crashing and burning majorly, and then I started complaining to God about it, and he's like, you didn't ask me if you should do any of this. You have not been praying. You have not been reading your Bible. I was like, oh, you're so right. And so if you're too busy to pray or read your Bible, you're too busy. And you're probably crashing in every other area of your life because of that. And that might be why. You might want to look and just see that. And so I'm just kind of the point now where whole different scope. But recently I just kind of sat down and I delegated my, okay, these are the things that only I can do, that literally I'm the only person in the world who can do this, and just super fast because I got to get to work, but I'm the only person in the world who can spend time with my husband as his wife. I am the only person in the world who can be my kids' mommies and do the mommy things for them. I'm the only person in the world who can do my own personal time with God, and I'm the only person in the world who can make sure that my body is getting the health that it needs. Literally, those are the only things that I cannot delegate. I could delegate anything else. Honestly, anything. I can have my kids do the cleaning. We can order out for cooking. We can, have the kids do the laundry. We could hire people to do any of that stuff if I decided to work more, or I didn't have to work and we could cut back. But those are the only things. So I have to make sure that I am doing the only things that I can do. And lately those things have fallen at the bottom of the list, which is stupid because I'm the only one who can do them. So I've decided to refocus on, okay, these are the only things that only I can do. I'm the only person in the world who can do them. So I need to make sure that they're getting done first. And especially with God, He will help make sure that if I'm putting Him first, everything else is going to fall into place. But it's so easy to get too busy and just get in that mind trap of, I cannot sit down and pray for 30 minutes because I have this list to do today. And so, but it's okay. Thanks for inviting your followers. So, but yeah, I'm wrapping up because my to-do list today is this long, but I was like, oh, this was just on my heart this morning, and I needed to come do my makeup anyways. And, while I'm wrapping up, I'll grab my perfume. But, yeah, so anyways, if that was helpful, I hope it was. I hope it was an encouragement to you guys today. And, but yeah, so just a little encouragement about, not even how you can raise kids who know the Bible, but how you can have yourself know the Bible. Because honestly, too, if you You can't expect your kids to know the Bible and live for the Lord the way you want them to if you're not doing it. Because you're going to be their biggest thing. And that's the thing, if you're not doing it, they won't. It's as simple as that. You can't, and also you cannot ask your kids to do something you're not doing. So if you're having bad attitudes, if you're complaining, if you're not spending time with God, if you're not praying, if you're fighting with your husband in front of them, you cannot ask them to stop doing that in their lives until you get it fixed in yours. Because they're not even as big or mature or developed as we are. And yet we expect them to act more mature and better behaved than we do. So that's just a thing too that me and my friend were both actually talking about towards ourselves, because we both struggle with bad attitudes. Again, too, if you haven't seen my Why You Need to Have Prayer play dates, you should really go watch that one. That's my Jonathan that I'm talking about, and we were talking about it's just, you can't do that. But it's so tempting because you're the mom and you're telling them what to do. And then I always get convicted because I'll be like, oh, Amber's having such horrible attitudes. And then I'll turn around and I'm like, oh, I'm like throwing a little tissy fit and I'm having a horrible attitude and I'm doing nothing but complain. Yeah, I wonder where she gets it from. But anyways, beautiful lady, thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm going to go get to work. I have so much Heinz. I'm running a Heinz campaign and it's going to be super fun, but we have to activate today and I need to go look through all those applicants who came in and look at their great barbecue recipe ideas. So I hope you guys have a beautiful, amazing rest of your week, and I will be back soon. Can't make promises this week is crazy, but I will scope soon. Bye everybody. Have a wonderful day.